What are just your general thoughts signing day and the group you got together here?
Fired up, and not from the standpoint of obviously on the field. These guys are all guys that we identified in the process that can come here and contribute and play and do some great things in the blue and orange and on the blue turf. But more importantly, I think we found a great group of guys that come from great families and just really fit this community, fit Boise and Boise State University and this football program and everything that they do, which I think I'm fired up about.
So you're going to lose some key guys that played a lot of ball for you. What was kind of the mix of wanting to maybe you're still going to be hitting the transfer portal even more, but to get Titus, and then what was kind of the goal, knowing who you were losing in the secondary?
Yeah, I think obviously with getting a guy like Titus, we had to address just the experience, trying to get a guy that can come in here and compete to start tomorrow. I'm fired up about the guys that we have coming back. We lose obviously two really big pieces, really three from a secondary standpoint. Guys that played a lot of football, but we gain coming back a lot of guys that really over the course of the year grew and developed into really good playmakers for us, and I think that last bowl game really proved that point as far as we've got some guys that can play. Now adding a piece like Titus to that mix, and then these young guys, and allowing Titus kind of to help bridge that gap between the group that we have, another older guy, and then this young group of talented guys that are coming in. I think it was a huge part of what we're trying to get done with this class. And so we're fired up to be able to add Titus to this mix, get the guys coming back that we have, and then have a group of young guys coming in like we do that are going to be very talented, hungry, and going to come in here and push and see what they can do right from the jump.
I know you were involved in a lot of guys, but I guess particularly the safeties and DBs, maybe just tell us a little bit about what excites you about each guy individually.
Yeah. As I go down the list, first and foremost, I got to make sure that Demario Warren, our cornerbacks coach, he did an unbelievable job throughout this process, really doing a great job as far as identifying DBs and between him and I and our entire staff, being able to put together a really good group from a secondary standpoint. But Coach Demario, man, he did a great job. And so, but as far as our group is concerned, starting with a guy like Ty Benefield, who comes in here from down there in SoCal, but really via Vancouver, Canada, and really a guy that's got tremendous athletic ability. He's got great range from a safety standpoint, physical, plays both sides of the ball. He's got great ball skills from his receiver background. Grew up playing quarterback, so he's got that quarterback mentality already. So I think he really fits us as far as that safety position is concerned. And you can just go down the list as far as Nick Hawthorne, another long, rangy cornerback that has the ability to play either safety or corner from down there in Texas, Boswell High School. Another rangy, athletic individual that's going to develop and grow into a really good football player. His best football still in front of him. Kai Taylor from Pittsburgh, California, another good guy as far as just versatility. Another guy that plays both receiver and DB, so he's got those ball skills. Physical at the line of scrimmage. Great competitor, comes from a family that his dad played for a long time, and so he's got that lineage as well, but just a great mentality, great foundation family-wise. Franklin Johnson, back down in Texas again, another dual sport or multiple sport guy, played quarterback as a junior, and so really was new to the DB position going into his senior year, but had a great year. And again, a guy that he's just now starting to see what he can do as far as his defensive side of the ball play, man. But tremendous athlete, very explosive, and just a fun kid to be around. It's going to add a real competitive edge to that room as well. We talked about Titus as far as the older transfer from Wisconsin, a guy that's going to coming from a defense at Wisconsin that they play good ball over there, really good defensive ball. So he's got good knowledge, and he's going to come in here and compete to play in multiple positions. Another guy that just from a versatility standpoint adds depth to our group and from a leadership standpoint as well. So we're fired up what he can do. And then Gabe Tahir from Washington. Another guy that he's going to walk in the room and just his length, he can tie his shoes standing up. So as he continues to grow and put weight on and really tap into the potential that he has, another guy that great ball skills and can play multiple positions. Again, versatility, I think when you look at that group that we signed, versatility is a big piece of it. And so that allows us from a secondary standpoint to move pieces around and put the guys with that need to play where they need to play in order for us to add that depth.
I always like to kind of ask a fun one. I know you weren't on the recruiting trail very long, but any flight delays or any bad, any special meals or flat tires or any fun recruiting story?
This time around it was relatively smooth. There was one moment where I thought I was going to miss a flight going from Houston to NorCal. Woke up and literally it felt like it was maybe an hour before my flight. And in most cases, if you have an hour, you wake up and you're an hour away from your flight, you ain't gonna make it. So I give myself a little bit of credit for just the absolute hustle and the ability for me to basically transport myself from where I was at in the hotel room to getting to the plane and be able to get on that flight. It was touch and go. I was calling my wife the whole time going, this is not going to be good. I'm going to miss this flight and miss out on some of these recruits. But it was fortunate that we were able to make it. So.